Welcome back to Network Africa. Our trek around the continent also stops here in Nigeria. Former Minister of Aviation, Chief Femi Fani-Kayode, has been grilled at the EFCC headquarters in Abuja. It's not clear at the moment why the EFCC is squeezing him, but the letter of invitation extended to him last week said he has been invited over allegations of criminal conspiracy, fraud and money laundering involving Joint Trust Dimension Limited, in which he featured prominently. Chief Fani-Kayode had raised an alarm on Friday over the presence of EFCC operators in his Abuja residence, which lasted about 6 hours. Feelers are that it may not be unconnected with the arms case involving the office of the former National Security Advisor, Colonel Sambo Dasuki, who has indicted several top officials of the past administration. Nigerians may have to brace up as the federal government hopes to find a lasting solution to the lingering fuel scarcity. Feelers coming from the federal government are that it is considering the possibility of deregulating the downstream sector. Officials in the petroleum industry say government wants to avoid recurrence of a break in supply and is open to multiple options which may affect cost. Barring any last-minute change in plans, the federal government may in a few days introduce policy changes that will usher in the full deregulation of the downstream sector of the Nigerian petroleum industry. We're headed on to Kenya. A famous delivery company is off to a good cause in the country, using drones to deliver blood to transfusion centers in the country. Do take a look.
3, 2, 1, in the middle button. 3, 2, 1.
UPS is to provide logistic support and funding to a small startup using drones to deliver blood to transfusion centers in Rwanda, and a move illustrating both the vast potential of drones, in this case saving lives, and the long road ahead before drones can deliver packages to U.S. consumers. Of the average of 65,000 units of blood Rwanda's government delivers annually, 50% go to mothers hemorrhaging after giving birth and 30% to children suffering from malaria-induced anemia.
Oh, I think we're always learning. We do believe that supply chain, having an efficient and resilient supply chain saves lives. And so we've been actively engaged with organizations around the world, bringing relief when supply chains are inefficient and broken. But you know, when we partner with these United Nations agencies and NGOs, we learn a lot too about how to operate in emerging markets, and I think it obviously helps the business as well.
As the Federal Aviation Administration has adopted a step-by-step approach to drone use. In the near term, that means testing in remote, rural areas of the United States or in countries like Rwanda with urgent healthcare needs.
A lot of commercial operators in the U.S. are waiting to get more permission from the FAA, but the FAA is saying, well, we want more data, but no one's actually flying. So I actually think that one of the best ways that we can work together with the FAA to help this technology take off in the U.S. is by operating in a country where we can basically serve a very clear need and get tens of thousands of hours of safe flight data. Because I think if we can provide that to the FAA, that will actually accelerate the process and actually implement this kind of technology here in this country.
The FAA is due this summer to release finalized rules for small drone use that will, among other things, limit their use to within the visual line of sight of an operator or visual observer. The hurdles to using drones to deliver packages of shoes and other goodies to consumers break down into several areas. On the technology side, questions remain about battery life and battery safety, an issue of concern for the aviation industry after lithium battery problems resulted in a fire on board a parked Boeing 787 in Boston in 2013. Also, the drone industry will need to address how drones communicate with each other and with airplanes in America's busy airspace. The National Aeronautics and Space Administration has been working on a drone traffic management system and will pass its research to the FAA in 2019 for further testing. Concerns over privacy and liability must be addressed. Insurance, for instance, has been tough to obtain for some drones because this is a new technology and data is needed to prove their safety.
Place is ready for delivery.
Wow, that is something. To other stories now, or rather to my final story, and it's really so cute. With a spring in their step, young runners took part in the Cairo Kidathon, a charity fun run just for children. The event was organized by 37-year-old Egyptian adventurer and mountaineer Omar Samra's Murikata. Murikata, an adventure company founded by Samra and holds activities specifically for youngsters. Now, Samra made headlines 2 years ago when he became the first Egyptian to win a competition which would make him the first Egyptian destined for space. Speaking at the event on Friday last week, he explained that there was no entry fee for this event, but instead children were asked to donate a toy to secure their place. The races were divided into different categories, with 6 to 11-year-olds running 2 kilometers and 12 to 14-year-olds running double that distance. Aren't they cute? Parents accompanied the younger children as they took to the streets in Cairo. As you can see, parents there also participating in the race. A fun day it is for all the family. Around 500 children took part in the event, meandering through the leafy streets of the Zamalek neighborhood. One of the aims of the fun run was to encourage children to lead more active lifestyles, with first place winners being awarded not chocolates or toys, but bicycles. Well, that's all happening on the continent today. Thanks for watching. I am Amarachi Ubani.